Hey guys, almost exactly a year ago, I posted my first ever video on this channel, showing you guys exactly my experience dropshipping for around 6 months, and I showed you guys my exact results, everything like that. And to this day, that's the most viewed video on my channel, so I thought I'd make a follow-up video, kind of showing you guys what I've been up to, how my life has changed in the past year, giving you guys advice, talking about how dropshipping has changed and stuff like that. So this video is probably going to be one of my favorite videos on the channel, and I think it's going to be one of the most helpful ones as well for anyone that's getting started, or for anyone that's into dropshipping or any other business model. Just mindset wise, I think this video is going to be huge. So yeah, let's go straight into the video. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is kind of how my life has changed, what I've been up to in the past year, and go over a few things like that. So let's go straight into that. First of all, dropshipping wise, I'm now way more successful than I was a year ago. I mean, a year ago I wasn't really that successful. I only had one store that did like, I think around 40k in revenue with very little profit. So since then, things have changed a lot. But unfortunately, unlike the first video I ever did, I'm not going to be showing you guys my exact results and stuff like that, just because I don't want to reveal exactly how much I'm making and stuff like that for various reasons. When I made my first video, I only had around 0 subscribers, so I didn't really expect it to get any views, but it ended up getting like 100,000 views or something, and it's to this day the most viewed video on my channel, which I wasn't expecting. So yeah, now I wouldn't be as comfortable sharing my exact like income, especially because I know there's people watching this channel who I know personally and stuff, and I don't want them knowing exactly how much I'm making. So for those reasons, I won't be showing the exact results, but I will give you guys a few things that can kind of give you an idea of how much I'm making, and hopefully based on those you can kind of judge whether dropshipping is something you want to get into or not, or if you're already into dropshipping and you haven't been seeing success so far, you can kind of see if it's worth like going through the struggle and everything like that. So yeah, first of all, money wise, I'm now at a point where I don't really have to think about expenses and stuff. I can kind of do whatever I want. Obviously I couldn't be buying like Lamborghinis left and right, but I could like, you know, live anywhere, eat whatever I want, buy whatever clothes I want, although I don't really buy much clothes. Not that I don't want to, I'm just really lazy with like going to a store and then trying everything on and seeing if it fits me and stuff. But in terms of like, you know, living day to day, I could do whatever I want. I could live in, you know, California, I could live in Serbia, anywhere, and do whatever I want, and it wouldn't really change anything. You know, my life quality wouldn't change wherever I lived, and I could do whatever. So in terms of that, I think that's called financial freedom, and I think I've achieved it. I don't ever have to think of like getting a job or something ever again, or have like some stress because of like money related problems. Those are no longer an issue for me. So hopefully that gives you guys some idea of how much I'm making. Obviously you won't know exactly, but if that's what you guys are looking for, I think dropshipping is a great way to get to that. And in this video I'll be giving you guys advice on a lot of mistakes I've seen beginners make when getting into dropshipping, and hopefully you guys can avoid those and succeed a lot quicker than I did, or that a lot of people did. So what I've been doing with my money, mostly saving it. I've invested a little bit, and I've also bought a car. Before I started filming the video, I was looking at like photos of the car that I had that I could get, like show you guys, and I realized I didn't take any photos of the car that are like good enough for me to show. So I'll probably take some after the video and I'll show them in the video. But yeah, the car I got is a Mercedes E-Class 220D 2018 AMG line. I think that explains it. I don't know how much it goes for in the US. I got mine for around 40,000 euros. So it's not like a super car. It's not anything crazy, but I think it's a really nice car. I bought it at 19. I'm 20 now. So I had it for the past like 2 months or so. I've never really shown it on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere, just because, I don't know, I probably should, but I just didn't. So yeah, you might be seeing some photos of that on my Instagram or something. So yeah, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, check it out. I'll leave it on the screen. It's just at ecommarco. And yeah, like financially, those are kind of the only differences in my life. I'm still living with my parents. I would move out like today if I could. I just can't find like a really good apartment that would like not require too long of a lease, because I don't want to be like tied to one place for like 2 years or something. I want to be somewhere where I can kind of move quickly. And yeah, I think financially that's pretty much it. I also wanted to talk about like my personal life and how things have changed for me. So around a year ago, I was super skinny. If you guys watched my first video and this one, you can notice a huge difference. Like I was pretty much a skeleton back then. I think I had around 70 to 75 kilos max, and now I have around 95. So I started going to the gym around, I think, March or April 2021, and the progress has been huge. I've been consistent. I've never really missed any days other than when I'm sick. And yeah, I mean, I've gained around like 20 kilos so far. And other than that, in my personal life, not much has changed, honestly. I'm still living like pretty much the same life, except I don't have any financial struggles. In terms of like friends and relationships and stuff like that, I haven't noticed like a huge difference in the way people treat me now that I do have some money. I think a lot of that is down to like me as a person, because I'm really like down to earth, and I don't really look at people through money or anything like that. So I think that kind of makes them not look at me that way as well. Although I will say, for people that don't know you, once you do get some money, they kind of look at you different. So yeah, my personal life wise, that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to comment down below. And I also wanted to talk about this channel's growth so far, because I've had the channel for around a year, because I think I made the channel on the 19th of January last year, or somewhere around there, maybe like 17th. And so far we're really close to 13,000 subscribers. I'm sure by the time this video's out, we'll already have passed that, which doesn't sound like anything crazy, but in the business niche, you know, in the Shopify niche, it's pretty good. And especially with my lack of consistency, I've only posted like 18 videos, I think, in the past year or so. So yeah, in this year, I'm planning on posting a lot more on YouTube, especially when I move out. So I'm expecting the growth to be a lot bigger, and hopefully to help as many people out as I can. I don't really pay too much attention to how many subscribers I have, or like at the numbers I'm getting on YouTube and stuff. I'm just mostly doing it for fun so far. I am planning on doing it like more serious this year, but yeah, so far it's mostly been for fun, and I'm really happy with how it's going. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for the growth and how many views I'm getting per video and stuff, because it's pretty crazy for the amount of subscribers I have. You guys are the best subscribers I've seen on YouTube. I know I'm biased, but you really are. All right, so now that we have all the personal stuff out of the way, I want to talk about dropshipping specifically and how it's changed in the past year, what I've learned, some mistakes I've seen people make, etc. So this part of the video is probably going to be the most valuable, so make sure you guys watch this carefully. All right, so my struggles in dropshipping this year have mainly been like payment processing related and like ad platform related. So yeah, payment processing wise, I've managed to figure it out finally. I have a really good processor now. If you guys have a US company or you guys live in the US and you need a payment processor, let me know, I can hook you up. But you do need to be doing some sort of revenue. Not much to talk about there, but yeah, payment processing is a huge issue when it comes to dropshipping. If you guys are not from the US, or if you guys are not from any of the like top 5 countries or the EU where you have Stripe and PayPal and everything like that, the way you get payment processing is by registering a US LLC. I've also seen people register UK LTDs. A UK company is a little bit cheaper to register, but later on, tax-wise, it's not worth it. So if you guys are looking to get payment processing and you don't have it in your country, I would recommend to register a US LLC. And if you guys have any questions about that, email me. I'll leave my email in the description, and I'll send you all the instructions on how you can register one yourself. And yeah, it's kind of funny when you get into dropshipping, you're kind of thinking that the biggest issue is kind of getting sales and finding a winner and stuff like that. But once you get into it, like, you know, really into it, then you realize that the biggest problem actually is figuring out payment processing and not getting banned on like Facebook and stuff like that. So speaking of not getting banned on Facebook, something that's changed a lot in the past year is Facebook and their policies and stuff. Lately, they've been really like into banning not only like ad accounts, but like personal accounts. And yeah, they'll just restrict you from advertising, and it gets really annoying because it's so hard to like stay on the platform without having like a really good infrastructure set up. And to get the infrastructure set up, I would say it takes around $1,000 to $2,000. So Facebook nowadays isn't as easy to get into as it was back around a year ago. A year ago, you could just make an account and start advertising straight away. Now you kind of need to warm up your profiles. You need to have multiple business managers. You need to have multiple like personal accounts, ad accounts, pages, and you need to be very careful with how you do your ads and everything like that. So if you guys are just getting started, I no longer think Facebook is the ad platform where you want to get started. TikTok though is another huge change that's happened. Now you can kind of use TikTok to advertise pretty easily. It's not nearly as complicated as it was like a year ago. A year ago, I think you had to go through like a review process where they would give you like a test account and stuff. Now you can literally just register and start advertising straight away. And if you guys are in a country that does not support targeting the US and stuff, you guys can get an agency ad account. I'll see if I can leave a link in the description, or you guys can reach out to me if you need any suggestions. The way an agency ad account works is they just charge you like a percentage of your spend. So let's say you want to spend like $1,000 in ads, you would pay them like $1,025, I think. So they charge around 2.5%, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can use the rest to advertise, and you can target any country. It's a lot better when it comes to like spending and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys are getting into TikTok ads, ideally you want to get an agency ad account. And for Facebook, there's also agency ad accounts, but they're usually a lot more expensive. So that's why I recommend TikTok for beginners now. Unless you have a really old like Facebook account and business manager that you used like a year or two ago and you haven't used it in a while. In those cases, I think Facebook is a little bit more lenient if your account is older. So yeah, you can test on Facebook. In case you get banned, just switch to TikTok. It's a lot easier when it comes to bans and stuff. So yeah, luckily nowadays you do have that alternative. So Facebook is no longer a monopoly, I would say, when it comes to dropshipping. Back in the day, Facebook was the only like real ad platform other than Google that you could really use. But nowadays we have TikTok as well, and it's super similar to Facebook. So in case you get banned on Facebook, you can just go over to TikTok, and TikTok is a lot less likely to ban you. And if they do, it's not nearly as big of a deal. So that's kind of some good and bad news in the past year when it comes to dropshipping. Other than that, a lot of people on on YouTube will tell you like, oh, dropshipping is changing, so now you guys have to do one product stores only, or now you need to brand your products and stuff like that. And that is simply not true at all. I'm not saying those things don't help, but the way they help is not the way you would think they help. On my Instagram, I get a lot of DMs and a lot of people telling me like, oh, I've tested like 3 products so far and nothing has worked. Like, can you help me out? If you're texting me on Instagram, please like have some question that I can easily respond to. Don't ask me questions that I need like to write out this long of an explanation to explain. Just ask me something simple that I can say yes or no to, because I don't want to ignore anyone, but I get so many DMs that it's really hard to like reply to everyone. So yeah, if you guys are DMing me, just try to DM me as short as possible. But yeah, when it comes to like the mistake people are making, usually they're like, oh, I've made like a lot of one product stores and none of them work. Or a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, I'm looking to like order in bulk to test this product. And that is just such a big mistake. Like, keep in mind, guys, people have been saying that like general stores don't work for years and stuff. And I can tell you from firsthand, general stores still work. And in a lot of cases, you don't even need a one product store. The only time where you want to be making a one product store is if you've tested a product in a general store and it's worked and you guys want to make a brand out of it. In that case, make a one product store. Other than that, you can just run a product in a general store. It's not a big difference. And when I say general store, I don't mean a store that's called Best Trends 2022. Just call the store something simple. For example, let's say Nike, as my shirt is from Nike. The word itself doesn't mean anything. You guys can just think of a word that doesn't exactly exist or mean anything, find a domain and just name the store that. And that's going to allow you to test any product on a store. So you don't have to be making a new store every single time you're trying to test a product. And when it comes to ordering in bulk, that is just so dumb. You never want to order in bulk before you've tested a product. The entire point of dropshipping is so you can test the product and see if it works before putting in a lot of money into inventory and warehousing and stuff like that. So if you're thinking about buying in bulk and you haven't tested a product yet, either find some content on the internet, test the product out and see if it works, or just order one unit to your house, film some content, test it out. If it doesn't work, you just saved yourself thousands of dollars that you would have spent ordering inventory and stuff like that, which is just never worth it. You only want to order inventory once you can see a product is consistently selling and it's profitable and you have some proof of concept for it. Okay, so those are the 2 biggest mistakes I've seen people do: ordering inventory and one product stores for testing. Now I kind of want to give you guys some genuine advice on whether you should get into dropshipping or not and in which cases. So when I was just getting started, I usually thought that people who get into dropshipping are just like me, you know, teenagers or whatever, and it's their first business. They're just trying to get into it and stuff to hopefully make some money and not go to college or whatever. But since I've made my YouTube channel, a lot of people have reached out to me that are in way different positions in life. Most people that reach out to me are usually between like 15 and 30 and they have like $100 to $500 to invest. So in those cases, I don't recommend paid ads dropshipping, whether it's Facebook ads or TikTok ads, anything like that. Do not get into dropshipping if you don't have at least like $1,000. And that's talking like paid ads dropshipping. If you guys can get into dropshipping without paying for ads, whether it's by doing some affiliate deals with influencers or growing like a TikTok account around your product or anything like that, do that. But don't get into paid ads without $1,000 saved up. I've seen so many people get into paid ads and try to run ads with like $10, $20 budgets and it doesn't work and they're so stressed. And it's just not a situation you want to be in if you're trying to launch a successful business. You know, ideally you want to have enough money to the point where you can kind of like spend $50 a day on Facebook ads and not really think about it, because that stress of spending like $50 out of your 500 is huge, and it's going to make you get emotional about your tests, and it's going to make you either turn products off too quickly or it's going to make you run products too long, and it's just going to make you waste a lot of money. And also, in case you do end up scaling, it's going to be really hard to scale unless you have some money saved up, because scaling, if you only have like $500, is almost impossible, because PayPal and Stripe take a few days to pay out, which means you have to be paying for ads and product cost out of your own pocket for a few days before you get a payout from Stripe and PayPal. So if you guys are really struggling or you don't have an active income stream, do not get into paid ads. It's the easiest way to blow your money and not do anything. I mean, you will learn a lot. There's no way you'd like run ads and you don't learn a lot from it. But if you're like extremely struggling and you need to find a way to make money fast, that's not the way to make money. Paid ads dropshipping takes a while to like figure out, especially if you're going at it on your own. If you have someone teaching you, it's a lot easier. It saves you a lot of time. So if you guys are getting into paid ads dropshipping, you want to have enough money to the point where you're not getting stressed about spending it on ads, or you want to have an active income stream. So let's say you maybe have like $1,000 saved up and you're making like $200-300 a week from a part-time job or a job or whatever. In that case, that's totally fine. You can get into ads. But if you just have a small budget and that's like a fixed budget, you're not making any extra money on top of that, I would not recommend getting into paid ads dropshipping. It's just a really easy way to blow through your budget and not really get any results, especially if you're doing it on your own. If someone's teaching you directly directly, it's a different story. I do teach people directly. I just work with a really limited amount of people because I don't need the money and I need time. So I don't have enough time to teach everyone that reaches out to me. So I only work with people that like really fit the criteria really well. So if you guys are looking for someone to teach you, you can reach out to me on Instagram and I'll see if you guys will be a good fit. But I'm not guaranteeing that I'll accept you. I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to work with someone if I know it's going to be a waste of my time and their time as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand. And I also do charge for it. A lot of people reach out to me thinking I'll teach them for free, but I just don't have enough time to be teaching for free, honestly. So I charge for it and it's not cheap. So the different routes you guys can take in dropshipping are paid ads, you can do free traffic, and you can do kind of like services for people that are already dropshipping. So paid ads, I would say get into paid ads if you have around like $1,000 in an active income stream. Free traffic, you guys can get into with any budget pretty much. It doesn't really cost you anything to set up an Instagram account, set up a TikTok account, and just try advertising your product. Instagram Reels are a great way to advertise your store, TikTok videos, stuff like that. It's relatively easy to get a lot of views on those and you can get some sales from that. So yeah, for those of you that are on a lower budget, kind of the group that I was talking about where you have like up to like $500, no income stream, nothing, go into that, do some free traffic dropshipping, try to make some money without spending money on ads. And then once you have some budget built up, then you can get into paid ads. And the third group, which is like doing services for people that are dropshipping or something related to it, yeah, you can do that as well. The same group can kind of do the same thing. It's a great way to make some money and also learn about dropshipping as well. And now I kind of want to talk about the different types of people that reach out to me. I've kind of already touched on this in the previous topic I was talking about, but I get a lot of people reaching out to me who are like 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, but I also get a lot of people reaching out to me who are like 30, 40, 50. And I never really used to think about dropshipping as something someone who's older would do. So it's a lot of a different kind of outlook they have on it. If you are someone that's kind of older and trying to get into dropshipping, I would think about it because it kind of depends on who you are, what you know, and stuff like that. So if you're like 50, but you've been using computers for the past like 20, 30 years, you're really good with them, you understand how to, you know, find information where you need it and stuff like that, then yeah, go for dropshipping, get into it. It's a really good business model. If you're like 50, you've never really used computers that much, you're not really into trends and you don't understand like how things work online, then I wouldn't really recommend you getting into it. Rather recommend you get into something else, maybe like starting a physical business, maybe like, I don't know, like whatever you're good at. If you have a background in like mowing lawns, you know, you can make a company that mows lawns, or you can just help other companies, you know, depending on who you are. It really depends on you personally. I'm just trying to give some advice to pretty much anyone that's watching this because it's hard to give general advice on a YouTube video because I don't know who you are. You know, you could be watching this from India as a 15-year-old with $20 in his savings, or you could be like a 40-year-old American with like $50,000 to invest. So those are two very different situations to be in, and I'm just trying to give advice to everyone. And I also want to focus more on the group of people who are on a lower budget and they don't really have enough money to get into dropshipping because unfortunately that's the majority of people watching this video. I used to be in that situation as well, so I want to help you guys out as much as possible. The group of people that have enough money and everything like that to get into dropshipping, I would just recommend go straight into dropshipping. But for the other group, as I mentioned already, free traffic dropshipping, services, YouTube channels. So that's another thing you can get into. Running a YouTube channel is an amazing way to make money. I could literally live off of my ad revenue now, and I only have like 13,000 subscribers. It is a skill that you kind of have to get good at. So if you start a channel now, you probably won't be really successful for like a year or two, but at least you probably will be successful a year or two later, instead of like getting into dropshipping with your small budget, blowing it all, and then being at zero, not really having anything to get into. Another really good business model is like running Instagram pages, TikTok pages, stuff like that, especially in the business niche, NFTs, cryptocurrencies, investing, stuff like that. You can make some pretty good money from just selling shout outs on those kind of pages and yeah, doing stuff like that. And other than that, I don't really have any other business models I could recommend you guys. It really depends on your situation, your skills, what you already know. If you're like a photographer or something, then, you know, go do photography, freelance that. Or if you're a video editor, then getting into YouTube is going to be a lot easier for you, and you can also like edit videos for other people, or, you know, depending on what you know how to do, go into that. That's probably going to be the easiest thing for you to do. And if you guys have any ideas for business models people can get into without really investing much money, feel free to comment down below. I'd love to use this comment section to help people out. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, comment them down below. So I think I went over a lot of things that can help you guys out in this video, and hopefully you saw a little bit more of like kind of what I've been up to and stuff like that. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for the support on the channel once again. Hopefully this video motivated some of you guys or helped you out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'll leave it on the screen. It's at ecommarco, or feel free to comment down below and I'll help you guys out whenever I can. And yeah, if anyone wants to get on my mentorship, also DM me on Instagram in case you're a good fit, but I only take on people who are really good fits. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think this is going to be my favorite video so far. And yeah, let me know if you guys have anything else you want me to talk about. If you guys like these kind of videos where I'm just kind of mostly talking about mindset and stuff like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.